I'm Steve Mazingo, and I'm from Lenoir County Public Schools. I've been there now almost 2 years, and that was after retiring from Greene County and a couple of other jobs before I decided to come back into public education. We have all been hearing in the school business, and if you're not in the school business, you've certainly been hearing it too, something that has disturbed us greatly in the past few years. And that is public schools are failing, we have to do something. Now, when I get together with my colleagues like Kathy, we know that we're doing all kinds of innovative things, and we think we're doing a better job than we've ever done. It's only recently that I've realized that both of those things are true. We are doing a better job than we've ever done at what we have always done. What we are not doing is doing the best job that we can in preparing our students today for the jobs and for the businesses that are there. We're still doing a great job of providing an academic education to our top students. They're still doing whatever they want to do in many, many places. But we cannot afford any longer to only educate our very top students academically, those that are motivated academically to do what it is we tell them they need to do. We need to do a much better job of connecting all of our students to the academic world and to the world of work and prepare them for the highly skilled jobs that are out there. Kathy has a lot of innovative things going on in Onslow County. We're starting the conversations to produce some of those very same things. We're fortunate that we started looking at STEM in Lenoir County some years ago, and that we house the STEM East in our county. As a matter of fact, Steve Hill is actually still officially an employee of Lenoir County Public Schools, and I still provide part of his salary. So we're very committed to do whatever we need to do to make STEM education and to get our students the highly skilled training that they need to be part of the workforce. In the past year, what we have done in Lenoir County is start to have many conversations. Started with a group called Lenoir 2020 that was looking at what we wanted Lenoir County to be in the year 2020. From that, we have an education subgroup where we sit down at the table with community college folks, with county commissioners, with our industry folks, and we talk about what we need to do. We are fortunate that we have attracted in Lenoir County many new manufacturing concerns. We have expanded some of those that are there, and we have some of the most exciting opportunities in the history of the county right where we live. What we have not done is done a good job of tooling up and preparing our citizens for those jobs. We are in the process of rebranding and reinventing our school system at this point. We have just adopted a new motto that says, we intend to connect your student to a prosperous future, or connect your child to a prosperous future. It's interesting that the name of the conference today is Connect, because we're in exactly the same place. So how are we going to do that? I think we have to totally rethink how we go about doing public education. Remember, public education is failing. We have to do something. We're doing the best job we've ever done. Both of those things being true. What we have to do is to gear up and get all of our kids interested in education, connected to our schools and to academic pursuits, so that they can, in fact, be ready to fill those jobs, be ready to go to the community college, be ready to go to the university, whatever they need to do to connect to those good jobs that are right there in our counties. It breaks my heart when I hear that our local companies are recruiting in Raleigh and in other places for people to fill the jobs. And yes, we have a lot of people who need jobs, but currently they are not always employable. As public schools, we have to take that on, and we have to own that fact, that we have not prepared these people for those jobs, or to even maybe, in some cases, train for those jobs. So how do we go about doing it? We go about, first of all, connecting our students to what is out there in the real world. We've started that this year by taking all of our 7th graders. I'm convinced you start with these students in elementary and middle school, not in high school. You have to get them excited about what is out there and what the potential for them in their lifetime is in their local communities and in their region. So we took all of our 7th graders, and if you know anything about middle school, you know, first of all, middle school is where we see most of our challenges. And if you know a lot about middle school, you know that 7th grade is where those challenges get the greatest. So you have to be pretty brave to take a whole school system full of 7th graders to a community college and to turn them loose for the day and say, let's explore what is out here. What I found out is the students are just as interested in knowing what is there as we are in getting them interested in those jobs and in those things that are going on at the college. They were perfect. Not one single incident that day. We turned around a little bit later and we took 7th graders to some of our local manufacturers. And to the extent they could, they opened those businesses up and they took them in there and they showed them what was going on. Again, not one single problem that day with our 7th graders. And trust me, if anything stupid is going to happen, it's going to happen with 7th graders. So we figured out that we're on to something. If we can get our middle schoolers to take a look at what's happening out there in our community, in our region, with good jobs, then we can get them connected to education as a pathway to get them to these jobs. So we have to figure out how we do that on a grander scale. How do we do that to the extent where we can get them engaged? We are very proud that we have a STEM center in one of our middle schools. That STEM center is actually teaching Algebra 1, which has now turned into Integrated Math 1. Anyway, it's the entry-level academic math course. As an old math and science teacher, I understand the importance of that first level course, whether it be Algebra 1 or Integrated Math. What we're doing in this STEM center in one of our middle schools is we're trying to get kids to understand math and get turned on about math through a practical approach, through a real-world, real-life careers approach to learning math. They sit at stations, look very much like those that you see in industries. They solve real problems, but at the same time, they're learning the academic content. We understand that if we can get kids through that gatekeeper math course, then we can get them connected to whatever they need to do. We can most certainly get them connected to the good STEM jobs that are out there and to the careers that are going to provide for their family the rest of their lives. So with that STEM center as an experiment, we hope that we can figure out a way to get all of our students through that entry-level math course while they're in middle schools and at the same time turn them on to careers. We have had lots of visitors already. There are still some bugs to be worked out in this center, but it holds the promise to do exactly what I just said, get our kids connected to the careers through math and get them excited about going and continuing their academic learning with math and science, as well as looking at the careers, the real jobs that are out there. So we are failing in many ways, and we do have to change that. We are succeeding with a number of our students, but we have to succeed with all of our students. And hopefully, through some of the ideas that are coming out of a large task force I have in the county right now, that's broad-based community, we're going to figure out a way to reinvent ourselves and serve our children and our industry and our community at large. Thank you very much.